Hey, Slater Crusaders, America's the greatest country in the world. Thanks for being here. Are you ready for the week that is to come? I'm not. Very few news stories last 2 weeks. Almost nothing. This story, George Floyd, we're at like a week and a half. So we're not even at the 2-week mark. And I wonder how long it's going to go on. My point is, it's definitely, all this is going to get much, much, much worse before it gets better. Here's a little context. Maybe we should do a whole segment on this later. But I was thinking about it this weekend. On the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being civil war, I think we're at like a 3. I could make an argument for a 2. We're at a 2. We have a long way to go. Everyone needs to pace themselves. We're just getting started here. I want to resist being overly dramatic here, because civilizations have gone through some pretty difficult times. But I've certainly never seen anything like this when it comes to shame. The use of shame, public shaming. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. I want to give a couple examples here. But let me just make this point. This stuff all used to go on college campuses. And people would just dismiss it as like, oh, Slater, why are you talking about what's going on at Berkeley? Right? Well, those kids have graduated. So it's not about college campus anymore. It's now everywhere. And really, in the end, it's not even really about race. It could be about anything. That's just what they're grabbing onto to achieve their ends. Let's build here. So we'll start with the seemingly least important, and we'll build up here quickly, because this is all happening fast. So this was last night. I saw on Twitter trending, it said CrossFit. I was like, uh-oh. Because anytime you see someone trending on Twitter, it means they're going to be canceled. So the founder of CrossFit, Glassman, it's a long story, it doesn't even matter. He wrote Floyd 19 on Twitter. And here's someone with 19 Twitter followers. Wrote back, hey, Reebok, Rogue Fitness, Nike, this is an unacceptable comment from one of your brand partners and another example of atrocious behavior from leadership at CrossFit. I'm pretty sure they don't represent your brand values, and I hope you will look into this matter seriously. Boom, done. 1 hour later, Reebok, after 10 years of a relationship, ended it right there. One tweet from the founder of CrossFit, done, shamed. Pretty amazing. Drew Brees, you heard that one the other day, gave a completely reasonable response about what the American flag means to him, his grandfather, World War II, whole thing. He was shamed into an apology the next day. You know all about that, groveling to the mob. But now his wife gave a groveling apology, like she did something wrong. And she wrote this whole long Instagram piece about how we are the problem. And she wrote this whole long thing about how she's the problem because we are not actively looking for racial prejudice. And I would argue, perhaps the opposite is true, right? Maybe that's the problem. Perhaps people are looking too hard. But these apologies will never be enough. They'll never be enough. You can never be sincere enough. You can never say enough. You can never do enough because they don't want an apology. So much more than that. That's just the first step of your submission. I'll prove that in a second. But Tom Cotton, we're going to do actually this in the next segment. This whole Tom Cotton drama is such an amazing example. Again, same thing that's happened on college campus newspapers for about a decade or so, but now it's the New York Times. So they wrote this, the op-ed editor wrote this super long, apology, oh, I'm so sorry we did this, I can't believe we're, and one of the lines is, the tone of the essay in places is needlessly harsh and falls short of the thoughtful approach that advances useful debate. Again, we're gonna talk more about details of it all in the next segment. So the college campus shaming has now moved into the New York Times op-ed section. The New York Times op-ed section, which, by the way, has published op-eds from Hamas. A few months ago, they published an op-ed from the Taliban and Putin and the communist dictator of Venezuela, Maduro. But Tom Cotton is a bridge too far. We can't have the Republican senator from Arkansas. We can't let him, Taliban, Hamas, sure, no problem. But Tom Cotton, whoa. All right, so there's a ton of those. Again, we'll do that one in the next segment in greater detail. But now it gets even more, right? Because it's not enough. This is the police chief in Webster, Massachusetts.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief.
like I look at like, wait, what is going on? So for a week or so, it was you need to kneel, right? And you've seen pictures of Joe Biden and other white people kneeling. Actually, do we have the picture of the senators kneeling? Yeah, so there's a bunch of senators kneeling down. I saw someone wrote, they said, if this looks like a hostage situation, it is. Look at that. But even that's not enough. So I've seen pictures of police chiefs kneeling and National Guard members kneeling in solidarity. But it's not enough because it's never enough. It'll never be enough. Now you have to lay on your stomach to satiate the angry mob. Slater Crusaders, thanks for watching the first on YouTube. If you want more, like, subscribe. We got plenty.